Hello and welcome to an in-person episode of the Gem City Gridiron Roundup podcast. As always, I am your host, Dalton Van Pelt, Scotch on the sidelines. With me, I have the commissioner. We are in the basement of the commissioner watching Sunday Night Football. Hello.
Man, what a day. What a day. That early window was very fun. The afternoon slate was very boring with only the two games, but it was fun having you down here, and it's been a great day.
Yeah, a little pre-Thanksgiving turkey dinner.
Yeah, exactly.
Justin Herbert has a fourth quarter drive that ends in a third string kicker nailing the game winner against the Falcons 2017 Chargers.
Dicker the kicker.
Cordero Patterson gets in the end zone 2 times. He looks nice and thick. Pretty sure he is not stopped eating since he left Minnesota. Josh Palmer was what everybody wanted him to be. Austin Ekeler with a receiving touchdown. Austin Ekeler had a very, very long touchdown called back, which was disappointing, but he did have the 2 scores to save his fantasy game.
Yeah, the game with the Falcons are very interesting. You know, not a whole lot going on.
They covered again.
They did cover again. Definitely tough with
nice catch from
Kelsey, not Kelsey, with Drake London and Kyle Pitts. It's just very interesting to watch. Patrick Mahomes just threw an interception right now, which is a bummer. But yeah, very interesting game. Dicker the kicker makes the kick to win the game. Yeah, not one of the most fun games to watch, but man, offhand, I hate the defensive celebrations.
What, where they run?
They all just run to the end zone, and it's just like I don't get it. Like it's one of my least favorite celebrations.
I wonder what it looks like from stadium.
Kelsey is pissed.
Like, I wonder what it looks like when you're there.
I don't get it though. Like, why can't you? He's pissed at himself. Yeah, he dropped it.
That's not on Pat.
No, I don't like the touchdown celebration. With all running to the end zone. I don't know. I get it has the most space and everything, but that's neither here nor there.
Bears score more points this week than most other weeks combined.
Yeah, fun game.
35-32 Miami. There was a lot of this game on the red zone. Justin Fields decides that he's going to be Lamar Jackson out of nowhere.
Yes.
Has 3 touchdown passes. It was almost like that's all he could do. Jeff Wilson Jr. is actually the more effective running back between him and Raheem Mostert, the recently required 49ers running back. However, Mostert does fall into the end zone on the first possession. Yeah. Tyreek Hill is on pace for just a monstrous
records, man. Yeah, the Bears do cover in this game, but just a phenomenal game by Justin Fields. Even though they don't quite get it done, a lot of folks on the Bears are fantasy relevant today. Justin Fields, if you did start him, congratulations. Darnell Mooney, congratulations. And if anybody had Cole Kmet, which I very highly doubt, he did catch 2 touchdowns. But just a phenomenal game for Justin Fields, 42 plus fantasy points for him. And fun on the Dolphins end too. Jeff Wilson has a good game. Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Tua Tagovailoa. Just a fun game all around to watch.
Panthers end up scoring 14 in the fourth quarter as the Bengals pull their starters. Joe Mixon has an all-world day. Joe Burrow runs in a rushing touchdown to help his production, as this was a blowout so early that he really didn't need to do too much. T. Higgins with a salvageable day. Tyler Boyd. For as low scoring as this week was, he's fine as a flex play this first week about Jamar Chase. No one on the Panthers did anything, and that's including
Harris Marshall. That's Baker.
Baker Mayfield actually was the only productive Panther, and he came in at halftime.
Yeah, watching this game, the Joe Mixon scored that first touchdown, and then they get that quick pick, and then they're back in the red zone. I lean over to Dalton as we're watching the game. I said, Joe Mixon's going for 4 touchdowns. What does he do? He scores 5 touchdowns in the first half. So needless to say, 55 plus points for him. Does not quite get the Gem City Gridiron record for most points in a single game. But he does come damn near close. He will probably have the point record for the individual year, but not quite the all-time record, which is Tyreek Hill, 57 and some change. The Mixon had 55 and some change this week.
Jamal Williams all of a sudden is the number one running back for the Detroit Lions, who take care of the Packers at home. Aaron Rodgers threw 3 interceptions. The Lions defense just found ways to torment him all game long. It really didn't make too much sense. 9.5 points for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Alan Lazard had quite a few nice contested catches. Lots of injuries. I believe Aaron Jones was injured in this game.
Yeah, quite a bit of injuries
Romeo
on the offensive side. Yeah, Romeo Doubs and Aaron Jones both lead the game in walking boots and or crutches. We'll have to kind of monitor that in the next week and see how things go. They don't have a bye week for a few weeks, so we'll see what happens with those folks. Obviously, the Packers are, quote unquote, getting healthy with receivers with Sammy Watkins and Alan Lazard and Samaji Torrey, I guess. Yeah, we'll just have to kind of wait and see. They are not very good. Aaron Rodgers was throwing a pissy party all day, and he was the cause of all of it.
Moving on to a team who is playing just as poorly recently, the Los Angeles Rams and the Packers offenses are just as inept as each other, which makes 0 sense. We stopped watching this one after halftime, I believe.
Before that, man, it was terrible.
Tom Brady throws the ball 58 times. Matthew Stafford only throws it 27. Darrell Henderson, 5.6 yards on the ground.
Per carry.
1 target. Yeah, 5.7 yards. 4.7 yards on the ground per carry, 56 yards rushing. Cam Akers gets mixed in there as few times as they possibly could. Cooper Kupp,
does Cooper Kupp
26.7 points.
That's a slow day in the office for him.
And then Tom Brady just trickled the ball around.
It's Kate Otton. Yeah, it's just really weird. Like the Rams offensive game plan, they cannot get anybody else open besides Cooper Kupp. And that is not Cooper Kupp's fault. Cooper Kupp gets open no matter what. Like it's not a Cooper Kupp issue. Like obviously when they're designing plays, Cooper Kupp's getting open. That's why Cooper Kupp's getting the ball. But all these other guys are just not getting open. Like Allen Robinson, Van Jefferson, Ben Skowronek, like they're just not doing anything. Tyler Higbee. The run game is very poor. You got Darrell Henderson, Cam Akers, Ronnie Rivers, and Malcolm Brown. Like it's kind of just a crapshoot at this point. Going back, we were talking about this was the NFC Championship game last year, and it was such a fun game to watch. And the Cooper Kupp deep ball over the top to win the ball game, like that was such a fun game to watch. Seeing these two teams now is just in a shell of themselves in a 16-13 game. Not fun to watch. We enjoyed eating dinner much more than watching this game.
Yes. The Indianapolis Colts played on all Madden against Bill Belichick.
And Bill Belichick played on rookie mode.
Yeah, Sam Ellinger, whatever, sacked 9 times. He couldn't get the ball to any of his weapons. Deion Jackson leaves the game with an injury, which leaves looks like they really didn't do anything after that.
Yeah, what a poor effort for the Colts. I mean, no Jonathan Taylor. Obviously, Matt Ryan's been benched / hurt, but they're probably not going back to him. They trade Naheem Hines away. Zach Moss is now the other running back. He's not active. He's not up to game speed. It's Phillip Lindsay. Deion Jackson gets hurt. Ellinger can't get him the ball. It's just a very lackluster day. And when Bill Belichick plays against young quarterbacks,
I'm so glad the red zone never cut to that game.
Yeah, take the bet on Bill Belichick. Go find the best spread line that you can, and just hammer the Patriots money line and spread.
Yep. Zach Wilson marches down the field.
Wow, what a game!
Josh Allen turns it over just as many times as he scores rushing touchdowns in this game. Stephon Diggs drops the last deep ball big play that would have probably added some more points to the Bills' effort. Garrett Wilson with quite a few
Yeah.
catches. At one point, Zach Wilson entered the game or exited the game for a couple plays with a shoulder injury that didn't end up being anything. Maybe it will be later this week. Something to look into. James Robinson with a random receiving touchdown. I don't really remember seeing that. And that's about it.
I believe that was the game-winning touchdown.
Oh,
Michael Carter gets the early work on the ground. James Robinson, go back there. Yeah, James Robinson does out carry Michael Carter,
but he wasn't very
but
effective.
not effective. It is his only second game in the system. Expect him to get a little bit more work in these next coming weeks. The New York Giants, what are 5 and the New York Jets? Can you pull their record up again? 6-3. They are fighting for that division title,
which is weird.
I think they kind of screwed the pooch last week. They had a very winnable game against the Patriots. Imagine them beating Bill Belichick and Josh Allen in back-to-back weeks. They had a shot. Wow,
weird.
Patrick Mahomes is just Patrick Mahomes, man. Good win for them. Cousin Josh got to do better, man. Right here from Wyoming. Apparently from Wyoming.
Vikings move on to 7-1, 2017. Kirk Cousins loses his ever-loving mind on the team plane. The Commanders do cover. Curtis Samuel, weird rolling into the end zone touchdown.
Fun touchdown.
Justin Jefferson finally gets in the end zone again, and that was basically it that happened in this game.
Yeah, the most of this game occurred in the first half. A lot of big points. Justin Jefferson goes 4 for 46 and a touchdown on the first drive of the game. Like Dalton said, Curtis Samuel catches a deep touchdown, and no one touches him in triple coverage.
Quadruple coverage, including the ref.
The ref was playing defense. Falls down, rolls into the end zone. No one touches him. Touchdown. Weird game. But if you haven't checked it out yet, obviously there's been some memes on the Facebook page already. Kirk Cousins on the team plane wearing all the chains. A fun watch.
Earlier in the day, Zach said that the Vikings are Super Bowl contenders, which I had not thought of at all.
7-1, they are. They have a 4-game lead in the AFC and the NFC North. That is absolutely bonkers with the Packers in that division. The Vikings did make the move to get TJ Hawkinson from Detroit. That interdivision trade. They're not afraid to make that trade. But they are Super Bowl caliber.
They're going to get out of their division, obviously.
And they're with the new playoff structure, there is only one team on bye each conference. Yeah. So, but they're fighting against Philadelphia for that number 1 seed right now.
The Raiders have a disgraceful effort against the Jaguars. The Raiders had a pretty decent lead. 10 points. They didn't score a single point in the second half. I don't know what Jacksonville changed at halftime or what Vegas changed at halftime.
Vegas had already booked their flight on the way back.
I guess so. Devontae Adams only with one more catch for the rest of the game after halftime, after he had scored 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he had what, 9 for – no. Yeah, he had like 9 for 130 in the first half and 2 touchdowns.
They did get him mixed in, which is nice.
Yeah,
Travis Etienne looked dominant again. 28 carries this time. That's probably a bit much for him, but it gets the job done.
Yeah, how many catches did Travis Etienne have? There's 3.
2 for 17.
Yeah, he's a workhorse running back the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Fun to watch. Really fun to watch. Quite a bit fun to watch that game, but kind of lackluster. We were getting all hyped up with the Raiders touchdown scoring. We have Devontae Adams across multiple leagues. I had quite a few bets on Devontae Adams this week. We were going crazy in the first half, and that excitement tapered off at halftime.
The Cardinals and the Fighting Cliff Kingsburys can't make it happen again. Kyler Murray does do pretty well on the ground. Nuke Hopkins gets in the end zone once again. Zach Ertz gets in the end zone. Rondale Moore, he does his normal thing where he catches a bubble screen and takes it 18, 25 yards. And Seattle Seahawks have 6 wins somehow. I still technically haven't watched any Seahawks this year, even though they were on today. And
yeah, you watched a little bit.
We chose to skip it.
I'm gonna pull up what the under/over was for that for their team.
What, for the Seahawks?
Yeah, I bet it was 4. I think it was 4.5, 5.
Yeah. Noah Fant, with some
Big
good
game.
plays. They dialed up some different packages for him. Deep throw, Pat Mahomes, incomplete, 4th and 8. 5 minutes, 21 seconds to go in the third quarter. Kenneth Walker
Seattle,
with
we both
the
had
2
under
touchdowns.
5.5.
And they're
That
at
is at
6.
6.
So that's
So
a
good
lot.
for Gino. Good for Gino. And the Seahawks. Kenneth Walker, 2 tutties. Tyler Lockett catches a touchdown. DK Metcalf catches a touchdown. We saw a stat earlier today. This was the first time in 14 games Cliff Kingsbury and the Arizona Cardinals scored on their opening drive touchdown. Congratulations. Did he miss home? My motherfucking God.
Harrison Butker can't make a kick to save his life.
Wow, he's missed 2 kicks tonight. God, by what?
He missed some kicks last week too. Now it's explicit. Way to go.
Motherfucker.
Let it all out.
Piece of shit.
All right.
Come on, kickers. This
Only-
is why I want to get rid of kickers.
The only game we forgot to mention, I don't know why, I skipped
Thursday
over
night.
it. Probably because it was a Thursday night football game, and also there was baseball on. Eagles moved to 8-0. Miles Sanders with the coming out party. Dallas Goedert started the day on Sunday as the mark to beat as far as fantasy points of the week goes. Dameon Pierce looking like
Damian.
I don't know.
Damian, bro.
Dameon looking like vintage Arian Foster all of a sudden. And
Vintage David Johnson.
the Texans had like no receivers healthy.
Yeah,
going
Nico
into this
Collins
game.
was out. Brandon Cooks was a little irate after not being traded. And going back to like the trade deadline, we haven't really touched on it.
No, I forgot to even mention that. There was a
But
lot
like,
that went on.
I don't get how players can be so frustrated with not being traded when he just signed a contract extension in the offseason. Like, if you don't want to be there, don't sign the freaking contract extension.
You hand me a piece of paper that says I'm gonna make $60 million over the next 4 years.
Who cares? You're gonna get it's Brandon Cooks. You're gonna get traded. You're gonna get released. You're a confident player. You're a good player. You're gonna be on another team. If you didn't sign that contract, you're gonna be traded. Like you're getting paid $18 million a year. No one can afford that cap space in the middle of the season. If you want to be traded, don't sign the damn contract extension. Like, I don't get it. Like, I mean, I want the players to succeed. It's a players' league and everything. But if you don't want to be on that team, you have the decision not to sign the contract. I know it's like financially securing yourself, but you're going to play on a terrible team. If you want to win a Super Bowl and play on a better team, don't sign the damn contract extension. If bet on yourself and go play somewhere else.
Preach. Bradley Chubb gets traded to
Yes.
the Dolphins for a decent haul. The Dolphins turned the draft pick they sold to the 49ers to get Trey Lance into Bradley Chubb,
Tyreek
Jalen
Hill,
Waddle, and Tyreek Hill.
Congratulations. The Dolphins are doing it right. They owned up to their mistake in signing Chase Edmonds in the offseason and traded him back to the Broncos for peanuts and Bradley Chubb.
Yep. Bradley Chubb also signed a 5-year,
Yep.
$119 million extension, which I
Correct.
did not know that.
Yep.
So I was excited while I pointed that out to you. Quite a few running backs and receivers got moved.
Yeah.
Zach Moss is the next one that got sent to the Colts for Naheem Hines. We touched on that a little bit. Naheem Hines got zero involvement in the offense for the Bills today.
Yeah, I assumed Naheem Hines was going to get a little bit more work in that game plan, but with them not in such a tight game, people thought, the Bills are going to blow out the Jets. It was a double-digit spread. They thought maybe, the Bills would, let Naheem Hines work in a little bit, but that was not the case. It was Devin Singletary and James Cook pretty much all day. They expect Naheem Hines to get some work in the next few weeks. Obviously, we mentioned Chase Edmonds went to Denver and that Bradley Chubb trade.
We'll see how that pans out after the bye.
Yeah.
We also talked about Jeff Wilson already in this program. Him and Raheem Mostert are going to be splitting it right down the middle, it seems. Calvin Ridley traded to the Jaguars.
That's wonderful trade.
Yeah, that is a good trade. We'll see how Ridley pans out.
Yeah, the compensation was really interesting if you look at it. Right now it's conditional like 5th and 6th round picks. If he ends up getting reinstated, I think it moves to a 3rd round pick. If he does sign a long-term extension, it moves to a 2nd round pick. If he signs a long-term extension in the next year, it does. I think
It's good.
I think one pick is for 2023, one pick's 2024. So I think it does move for the 2024 selections that move up based on playing time, reinstatement, long-term extension. But that is a pick for the future. Obviously, Calvin Ridley, high drafted receiver, suspended indefinitely for betting on the NFL. I saw a meme that it was actually a bet against the Falcons to win against the Jaguars. So that's kind of funny.
Which did happen this year, I think.
So good to see them. That is, a future endeavor for the Jacksonville Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence.
Chase Claypool is now a Bear
for a 2nd round pick. Just hilarious. That pick becomes higher than Chase Claypool was drafted.
Oh wow.
So that's fun. The Packers were also in on that trade, but the Bears ended up giving more. So sorry, Packers, you're stuck with Allen Lazard, Samaje Toure, Sammy Watkins, and Aaron Rodgers throwing a pissy fit.
Roquan Smith is now a Raven. I really like to see this year that the teams that are identifying their weaknesses are going out and going after it for this year, like the Rams did last year.
Robert Quinn, same thing. Robert Quinn goes to the Eagles, and just coincidentally, Jordan Reed, is out for a few weeks with that high ankle sprain for the Eagles to stiffen up that middle of the defensive line. One of the busiest trade deadlines that I can remember.
So like there's a bunch that we're missing.
I mean, there's some small
James Robinson got a period, but that happened a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
There's another receiver trade that I can't remember off the top of my head.
Kadarius Toney. Kadarius Toney does go to the Chiefs for conditional 3rd and 6th round picks. So that's fun. Coincidentally, Kadarius Toney is healthy. I do believe that was a soft benching in New York. There was reports that Toney thought he was healthy to play. The Giants did not think he was healthy enough to play. Coincidentally, a soft benching, has not played since week 2. They did not put him on IR. So kind of a toss-up, but he does go to the Chiefs. He has played a few snaps here and there as he does get up to speed in the Kansas City Chiefs playbook. So we'll kind of see how that goes in the next few weeks.
All right. Moving on to the matchups that mattered. Obviously, there's still quite a bit of time left in
I'm going to talk about this game
and Monday night. Sure. What have we seen?
Surprisingly, Tennessee's up 17-9. Harrison Butker, that motherfucker has missed 2 kicks.
Harrison Butker, that motherfucker.
Missed a point after, missed a 40-yard field goal. But Derrick Henry's kind of running all over the place. Mahomes is kind of doing the best he can. The Titans are kind of controlling the clock, trying to keep the ball away from Mahomes. At this point, they are starting a rookie quarterback in Malik Willis. Ryan Tannehill was downgraded to out. He was a game time decision. Malik Willis is a 3rd round rookie out of Liberty. So it's kind of fun to see how he's gonna progress. But the Titans at this point, it's halfway through the 3rd quarter, and they have kind of a little controlling lead right now. They do have the ball, but we'll have to wait and see. Will not put anything past the Chiefs and Mahomes to spread it around and get it going.
All right. Like I was saying before, there is quite a bit of time left in the whole quarter, the 4th quarter left in Sunday night, and there is the Monday night game. However, most of these matchups are already over. First of all, I myself took on Garrett Brinkman and got the victory, even though it was the dreaded Dallas Cowboys bye week game.
I don't know, 50 points, man. 50. It's not essentially over. I mean, theoretically, Lamar Jackson could go for a 35-40 burger. It's possible, but odds are against him that Dalton will claim that this matchup in the Dinah Ditch Bowl. Dalton moves to 4-5, and Garrett drops to 2-7, losing 4 in a row. That's a tough break for Garrett.
Oh gosh, what just happened? Anyway, Devontae Adams finally finding his form was the key to victory this week, as long as I do hold it out.
I'm going to recap mine real fast. Ready? The projections are still in Heath's favor. All you need to know is Heath had Joe Mixon, 5 touchdowns, 55 points. Cut it there. That's all you need to say. Good for Heath and starting the number 1 player for the year at this point.
I don't know why it still has you projected to score 20 more points.
Because I have Travis Kelce and a kicker and a defense. I don't know.
I don't know how it's supposed to be 20.
Between 3 players, 20 points and a quarter and a half. It's not, I mean, a quarter is not unheard of. I mean, it doesn't matter. He's going to win.
Lucas Stewart dissolves.
Stinker.
I don't know what the hell happened. I don't even think he had bye week problems.
Bye again.
But if you look at his players on bye, you'd think he would have been able to replace them just for 1 week. But anyway,
rough game. Not a single person. Only
1 passing touchdown.
Justin Herbert in 12 points.
And Dolphins defense.
Yeah, but Justin Herbert is the only player in double digits for Luke's team. That is not.
Diggs.
Oh,
sorry, it just keeps moving.
I know. Where's Stephon Diggs? Stephon Diggs, 14.3. That's your leading scorer.
Sorry, we're still teaching Zach how to read.
Sorry. 14.3 points as your highest scoring player is not going to get it done. The Brink takes care of business, gets off the schneid, and gets to 7-2. Luke also falls to 7-2. The leader in each conference. Tomato, 7-2, 7-2.
Like to see it. Drew moves on. I don't know why it's doing that stupid thing.
It's because you have the live updates on.
Drew takes care of
the worst team in fantasy.
Drew moves to 5-4, pretty much cementing his place in the playoff structure. It was Kenneth Walker, it was Derrick Henry, who's still playing right now, and it is Tyler Lockett.
Tua Tagovailoa. Good week for Drew. Drew gets to 5-4. Heath falls to 2. Not Heath. Lean falls to 2-7. Yeah. Good week for Drew. Good pickups this week. Just kind of staying afloat.
Although it looked dire, Sackett does pull it out in the end.
Blaster gets a couple of rough games from Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Matthew Stafford.
Otten fella.
Yeah, Cade Otton, man.
That was the difference.
Yeah, Cade Otton is a good tight end, man. Rookie.
Blaster moves to 3-6, still within reach of a playoff spot, and Sackett moves to 6-3, now
winning 6 in a row. Damn you.
Even lower score, which is just absolutely insane. PMT Water Dogs only has 64 points so far. That's with Juju Smith-Schuster and Patrick Mahomes scoring decent amount of points.
Yeah, he does have potentially Jarvis Landry tomorrow. He is looking like he's going to suit up, but does not really matter. He is going to lose to the Filthy Casual and Patrick. Patrick puts up a solid 140 plus. Patrick in the depths of 0-6 to 3-6, winning 3 in a row. He is pushing for that entrance into the Gym City Gridiron playoffs. With just a few short weeks to go. We are almost headed into week 10. Mm-hmm. Week 10 next week. We are, almost 70.
5 weeks left.
5 weeks to go. We are 70% through the regular season.
It's gone quick.
It has gone very fast. Any other matchups to recap? Do we want to look at what the tomato division, like the potential?
The what?
Tomato. Who won? Luke lost. Sackett won. So here's just that. Loss, win, loss, win, win, loss. So it looks like a 3-3. First time split for tomato. So it looks like Tomato is still going to be in the lead after the 4 weeks of outer division play. The only undefeated team now is Cody, Jubal, Sackett.
You mean an interdivisional?
Out of
division play.
So out of division play, I did lose this week. Sackett and myself were the only undefeated teams in outer division play. Sackett continues that streak.
there's going to be a lot of movement at the bottom of the table.
Do
Um,
not give up. Do not give up. You have a shot to sneak into that 7-8 seed and disrupt a lot of stuff in the playoffs.
I think actually I don't know what's going to happen between Pat and myself. We're both
Have you
no,
played
because
Pat yet?
I'll be at 4 and 5. So I will move up into 8th place at least.
Yeah. So Pat, you are right on the cusp of sneaking into those playoffs right now. Keep fighting hard.
All right, let's do a quick.
And
little
this
preview.
finally gets us through by Mageddon. 6 teams on bye this week. Very tough for a lot of folks to get that lineup in. Relatively low scoring compared to last week when you had to score about 140 to get a win. This week, in the 120s, going to get you a pretty solid win, most likely.
Yeah,
120 is going to get you a win. Last week was in the 140s. Like that, you had to score 140 to get that win.
next week I go up against Patrick. He needs to win
wow.
that game to continue his chance at a playoff spot.
Yeah, could push you out, could push him in.
Looks like the Jets, Patriots, Bengals, Ravens
on bye. So another 4 teams on bye next week. Not as bad as this week, but gonna be tough still for a lot of folks.
We got Lean taking on Stuart Brinkman, which should be a pretty easy win for Stuart Brinkman.
Yep.
But anything can happen.
Nope.
Heath and Drew, based on current projections, it's going to be a very close game.
Yes. That's a big one. 5 and 4 versus 5 and 4.
Did Heath win this week?
Yes, he beat me.
So
Joe Mixon for
honestly,
55 points.
They're just trying to push for higher up the seed.
That 4 and 5 seed, man, that wins a lot of Gem City Gridiron titles.
Yeah.
So you kind of be right in that middle of the pack. You're going to be pushing hard. Oh man.
Is this the Hackgate?
Hackgate. Sackett versus myself. Sackett does have a few bye week issues with Burrow Chase.
Chase would have been
Chase is out anyway. So
Darren Waller was inactive this week. We'll see how that shakes out.
Kind of wait and see how it goes, but I'm going to be pretty much full health next week.
It doesn't matter what his projection is because he always outdoes his projection.
Exactly. Here's a tip for you. Don't look at projections. Look at matchups. Play the best plays. Simple as that, guys. Don't worry about projections. Like every website has different projections. Go with the gut. Like that's sometimes how it goes. Like go with your gut, and you may be wrong, you may be right, but I don't let projections dictate what I'm going to do in a matchup. Like
Cole's team has taken a turn for the worst. We'll see if he can get back on track up against Cody Blaster.
Oh man, Blaster is kind of hanging in there.
Just a few fringe player bye week issues. We'll see if Keenan Allen's back for Cole. That should help.
I don't think he will be. I think he's done for another few weeks.
Oh, by Mageddon, it will be affecting Dark Horse, who very sorely needs a win next week up against Luke. Luke is looking to regain his form.
Malik Willis, pass interference. Nothing. Uncatchable.
14-minute 9-second mark. I don't know how that was not pass interference.
Uncatchable ball. Uncatchable. It's not pass interference. Hand jostling.
Oh, you looked behind him.
That's fine. And both hand fighting along.
I didn't see his head turn around because we had the different view.
Yep. Good play. Good play.
Anything else we need to talk about?
No, it's
nice and quick, short and sweet.
Yeah, only 2 weeks left of outer division play.
I don't know.
I believe it's 2 weeks left because I have a tough 2 week streak.
It goes 5, then 6,
and then
so 2 weeks left.
Yeah, so I have Sackett and then Luke in the next 2 weeks. So I need to keep it going. I know everyone's gunning for me, but hey, keep fighting the good fight, everybody. This bets. Are we gonna do bets real fast? Is it my turn?
That's right. That's what we need to do.
Are the bets out? Are the is DraftKings out yet for next week?
I'm sure it is. I swept Zach this week.
Yeah,
3-0. The only thing we're waiting on is to see if the Ravens win by 2.5, and then I will have a
big lead.
Oh, I think it's my week to create the bets too, isn't it?
That is true. This is some terrible podcasting, looking down at our phones.
The eye contact this week is gonna be miserable regardless, just because we're not at a
We're gonna get a first look at the spreads. Wow. All right. Ooh, we got some tight spreads. Some tight ones. Got a couple 4-pointers. Here, you know what?
oh yeah, sorry, I got distracted.
Come on. Right here.
Getting in. Logging in.
Logging in.
Okay. Stand by.
Na, 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 na. Please don't copyright our video. Na, na, na.
Okay, I'm finally
right.
there.
All right, Dalton. Oh, we need locks of the week.
Yeah, we do.
Man.
I think I already have mine.
All right, let me get a quick. All right, so I got to pick first for lock of the week.
Yeah.
All right. I'll take a big one. Ready?
Yeah.
Minnesota plus 7.5 against the Bills.
Plus
7.5. A team that is 7-1 on the road. I'll take it.
wow. Okay.
Hey, we're going first live here. Haven't had a chance to look at these.
It's fun how juicy the lines are.
I know. Right now are juicy
start it.
lines. You just take your Cowboy. Just get it over with.
No, that's too much. I had one just a second ago. I like the Falcons on Thursday night minus 2.5.
Oh man, you can't stop betting the Falcons now, can you? Falcons 2.5. Lock it in.
Okay, the first bet we're going to be betting on is the Broncos +2, Titans -2.
Okay, so I got to pick.
Yep.
Give me Tennessee -2.
Okay.
I can't ever pick the Broncos.
I don't really want to either, but
I need to win. I got to take the best plays. Best plays win. -2 Tennessee for me.
Okay. The next one is the it's terrible. I'll do that one next.
So you get your choice.
We have the Jaguars.
Oh god.
No, we don't. That one's terrible.
9.5. Do it.
All
Do
right,
it.
fine. Jaguars +9.5, Chiefs -9.5.
What's your choice?
I just give you the Chiefs.
Okay.
That is so many points.
I'll take Jacksonville +9.5. I don't like it, but I'll take it.
There's an even worse.
I thought you were gonna take Jacksonville, honestly.
There is an even worse one.
Oh, don't do it.
It is Texans
Oh thank God.
+6.5, Giants -6.5.
Oh,
That is a lot of points.
I want. Give me the Giants 6.5.
Okay, I will take the Texans.
I'll take the team that gives up 400 yards rushing to Saquon Barkley.
That is a really, really gross final
Slate.
two.
Come on, you don't want to go Bears 2.5 against the Lions? Come on.
No.
Look at that one. That's fun.
Where?
Bears
No.
are 2.5 point favorites.
I'd like
Miami 4 points. Come on, there's some. Here you go. Eagles 10.5.
Interception by Mahomes. All right. This is the end.